Hi and welcome to Bobby Reviews. Today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough on AWeber and how to use its many functions. So if you haven't got an AWeber account already, you can sign up for one free. So when you go in, fill out your first name, your last name, your email address, sign up. It'll take you through the different steps you go through. You're going to create your accounts. Then we're going to check our email, set up our password. All right, so let's go into that. So we look for the email from AWeber. Going to verify our email and click on Get Started. Then we're going to set up a password for the email we've just used for setting up the accounts. Okay, then it'll bring you into a selection of plans. Have a read through, see which one is suitable for you. So you can start off with, if you don't have any subscribers already, you can select the free one to get started. You can upgrade later on. So let's get up and running. Just put a company name, anything you'd like to call your online business. You can always change it later, just for you to get in there and get started. If you have a website, enter it here. Put the category that you're in. Continue. Then you're going to add your address. Now, you can put your address to start, but I suggest at your earliest convenience, get a post office address or something like that. You must have an address legally at the bottom of your emails. They're not expensive, just a PO box, something like that, just to maintain your privacy. Fill all this out and then continue to the next line. Then click on the number of subscribers you already have. Continue. What are your business goals? All right, so whichever one is appropriate for you, just click on that, continue, or you can skip it if you want to. What other tools do you use for your business? You don't have to answer these. You can if you want to. Skip. All right, then it'll bring you to the dashboard, and that's it. You've created your account and we can get going. And we're just going to have a look through the different functions that AWeber has. Let's start with lists. I've already created one list from a previous tutorial, and you can have a few other lists. So if you wanted to create a new list, just click on here. So when you've clicked on the list, it will bring you to this screen. Then you're going to give your new list a company name. So you can either name it your name. That's very simple. You can just call this company your name, or something suitable, something appropriate for the list. So if you're in the health niche, for example, you can call it something like Health World. If you're in, let's say, make money online, you can call it Cash World, anything like that. Just something that will be appropriate to the niche. The easiest thing is to call it your name. So let's go with Health World. If you have a company website, you can put that in here. If you don't, just move on to the next section. Put your address. Next step. What would you like to name your list? So let's say we're doing a list on healthy eating and exercise. It's going to call this list Healthy Start. Okay, it's going to ask you your list description. So for the list description, you can put recipes. Okay, so this would be the description that your subscribers would see. All right, that gives them a brief description of what this list is about. All right, next step. What language is it going to be in? And this is the process you'd go through when you're first applying for an account as well. Okay, so put your language you want to put it in, confirm your subscription. This is when they're going to see a double opt-in. They're going to get a message sent to their email asking them to confirm that they want to subscribe to your list. So you choose an approved subject line or request a custom one. So this is your current subject line message, and that's the message they would get, okay, in their email. If you want it to be slightly different, you can put Response required. Please confirm your request for information. Confirm your request for information. You can put their first name. Confirm your subscription. So that's the subject line that they would see with the email. All right. And if you wanted to have a custom one, you can request a custom. You can put your own message, like something like, hey, if you want to personalize, you can put, hey, their first name, please confirm your request. Okay, so you can request that. So you can ask AWeber to use this line instead of their own ones that they have already. Okay, so you just request that. Okay, I'm not going to do that now. And then click here if you want to edit the message that they'll get inside their email. You click here. All right, you click here to edit. So that'll be the header. Please click the button below to confirm you'd like to receive emails from us. So I'm sure you've all seen these before when you try to sign up for something new and they send you an email message asking you to confirm that you want to be on their subscription. And then the button text would say confirm my subscription. And you can change that to confirm my request, confirm my email, any one of those. All right, you can personalize it, put your signature, and you can preview to see how that message would look. That's how it would look. Approve message and create list. Okay, that's fine. If you want to go back, you can go back. If everything looks the way you want it to be, you approve message. So we've looked at creating lists. Next, let's look at integrations. AWeber integrates with many different things. Let's have a look at some of the things it integrates with. So available integrations. For example, if you have a WordPress account, ClickFunnels, Facebook, PayPal, lead pages. Quickly go through all these, have a look. OptimMonster, ClickBank, Shopify, Groove Apps, all of these, Jam, Beaver Builder, MailMunch, many different facilities AWeber integrates with. Okay, we have a help section. If you need help, you can ask for assistance from them. AWeber provides excellent customer support. They get back to you very quickly. Next, in messages, we have a section for drafts where you can create drafts. You can access the drafts that you've already prepared. So for example, if you have some ideas for emails, you can put them in the drafts and then come back and polish them up later if you don't want to go straight into your list. I prefer to actually make my messages in the drafts before I put them into the list section. So there's the draft section, there's the broadcast. Broadcasts are just when you send out the emails. It's not in an actual sequence. So there's just emails that just get sent out the once. We have split test section, campaigns. So these are series of emails. You have blog broadcast, email template manager. In subscribers, it gives you a list of your subscribers. You can add subscribers. You can import subscribers from another provider that you may have been with. In the sign up forms, we can create sign up forms. We can make landing pages, web push reports, and we have list options. So if we wanted to make, let's say, a series of emails. So let's say we have a campaign that we're doing. We have a product that we're promoting. So we can make the messages first in the drafts and then put them into our campaigns, or we can go straight into the campaigns to start making our messages. So let's have a look at how to do that. I'm going to start a new campaign. Okay, we'll come back to that. And then we have sign up forms. So let's say you want to put a sign up form on your web to maybe collect subscribers, and then you can send them out your new posts as they come up. So let's say you want to have a sign up form on your blog. You can create a sign up form in here. So you can have a sign up form on a landing page or for your website. So let's have a look at that. Okay, so here are all the selections of sign up forms. Let's pick this one. All right, so load the templates. So if we wanted to make a sign up form where we only had one field, let's say you didn't want to ask for the name, you can just delete that. You can just delete it there. Okay, so I won't delete that. On here, you can edit this. If you didn't want to put sign up now, you can change it to different wording. Okay, so form button. It says here you are currently using an image as a button. So switch to HTML button. And we can now change the text to what we want. And we can put show me video or sign me up. Sign me up. Okay, save field. All right, so that's what's come up now. And we have, let's say if we wanted to remove the name field, we'll just, or you can edit. Let's say if we want to put first name only, that's less intimidating, isn't it? If you ask for first name. So collect name as full name. Okay, so we're going to change that to first name. And you can see here it says required. You can remove this so that it's not required if they don't want to put their first name, even though you're asking for the field. If they don't put their name, if you remove the required button, this required selection, then it can still go through. The sign up form can still be submitted even without them filling out that field that you've asked for. So you can remove that. Okay, and we can remove the field if we want to. All right. So that just leaves us with the email if we just wanted to just put the one field. So if we liked this form, we can just save the form and go to step 2. If we wanted to tweak it a little bit more, and change the size of the letters, we can make it italicized, or you can change the font. You can position it to the left. That doesn't look good, does it? No. No, not good at all. So we leave it as that. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. Anything else? Form automation, add tags to anyone who submits this form. Yes. So if you wanted to add a tag, we'll go into that later on. If you wanted to add a tag, let's say you use this form to collect a particular kind of subscriber, or you used it on a particular page, just somehow to identify where you collected this subscriber from, you can put that. So you can put you can even put websites if you want, or you can put the web page. So let's just say we did it as that. Okay, so that's how you can tag, just so you know how these people came into your list, and that way sometimes you're able to market to them even more specifically. So let's leave this as that, save the field. Then we go to step 2, and when they submit the sign up form, you're going to give the form a name. Yes, my web form, that's fine. Thank you page, you can preview it. That's the page that is shown to them after they've submitted. You're almost done. Activate your subscription. So that's what they're going to see after they click the submit button. You can also select to use a custom page or stay on the current page. So I've made a separate video for using a custom page, but let's say you want to do that. So let's say you have a particular page you want to send your new subscribers to. You'd enter that URL in here, and you can choose to open it in a new window or not. I prefer to open in a new window. So you put the URL of that page you want to send them to after they've submitted, and that's that. And then if they've already subscribed, you can just leave the basic version. Some people, they subscribe more than once, and then you can save the form and go to step 3. You must save your form before it can be published. Okay, so I'll save the form, and then when you've done that, you can either choose to install the form yourself or use the form as a landing page. If you want to do that, just go ahead and use a landing page instead of using the opt-in form as a landing page, because that allows you more functions. To place your form on your website, you just copy this, JavaScript snippets, just copy that, okay, and you go and paste it into your website, and then you have that opt-in form on your website. Okay, so back to sign up forms. Okay, and you see that form is here, which you named my web form. And if you do another sign up form for a different purpose, you would name it something different. It wouldn't be good to have the same name for different sign up forms. Okay, so that's that for sign up forms. Landing pages. I've got a separate video for landing pages, so I'll link to that in the description. All right, so if you wanted to create a landing page, AWeber have a nice selection of templates which you can use for your landing page. All right, so landing pages are a little bit more different to opt-in pages, because you'd give information on the landing page about what you're offering. So you can use the landing pages as a bridge page as well to a sales page. So you just select your landing page in here. I'll link to the video on doing landing pages in the description, so I don't go over the same thing again. Another important use of landing pages is if you're not ready to have a full-fledged website or blog, you can use a landing page as a mini website, like a one-page website. You can put images, you can put information about your brand, your services. You can even put video on there, and you can really make it as long or as short as you want to. So it's like a mini website. You wouldn't have many pages as you would on a website or blog, but that one-page website, i.e. the landing page, can be very powerful. So bear that in mind also. Okay, web push. So you can send quick one-off messages to drive visitors back to your site and keep them engaged. What are push notifications? I've never actually used push notifications yet. That's something I'm going to get around to. So I'll come back to that. I'll do a new video on that when I know what that is. Okay, what are web push notifications and what value do they have? So you can announce discounts and sales, announcing new content you recently published, blogs, podcasts, etc., lead magnet offers to encourage email sign-ups, registration reminders for events and webinars, and more. Then you've got reports, and you have tracking. So it's always good to track everything you do so you know what's working and what isn't. Okay, you can get your stats for messages and lists to see how well your messages and sign-ups are doing. Then we have our list options, where we can go into our list settings, tags, custom fields, list automation. So here in list settings, so let's say you're doing a list in a health field. So you'd name this appropriately, you know, something healthy starts, something like that, whatever, something suitable. Then you'd give a brief description of the list. So what kind of information would you be providing subscribers on this list? So you just give that briefly in here, and if they try to unsubscribe at any stage, they'll see what that list is about, and that might prompt them not to unsubscribe. So basically just gives a general information about the list. Then you put your name, you write down, then you put your name, the name that you want your list to know you as. So you put that here, and you put the email address that will be showing as where it's received from. You can manage that email address, you can change that here, and also you need a contact address at the bottom of, that's required by law. You'd have to have a contact address at the bottom of your email, so you'd put that here as well. And there's also a notification notifications. You can add one or more emails to get notified when a subscriber joins your list. So you can put your regular email address here, and anytime you get a new subscriber, you get sent an email. Okay, then you can save all those settings. Then you can personalize your list. So if you wanted to have, you've got your company name. If you have a website, put that here. If you have an email signature, put that there. You can make a logo for your brand. So if you have the image on your computer, you can upload that, or you can even design one in Canva. Okay, I'll be doing a video on using Canva soon. And if you have other social media, you can add that here. If you have Twitter, Facebook, connect to Facebook, you can do that here. Okay. If you have a broadcast archive page, and you have an unsubscribe page. So if you liked, you can have a look actually. If somebody chooses to unsubscribe from your list, they'll be sent to this page. Okay, and this is where they would alter whatever they want to alter. All right, save subscriber settings. Go back into our AWeber. Okay, so that's the list options, and then the confirmation messages. Okay, so this is all in list settings, yes, which was under list options. So in our confirmation message, like I've said before, AWeber uses double opt-in confirmation message, aka double opt-in. AWeber default setting is double opt-in. So that means if they sign up, they'll have to go into their email and confirm that they want to be on your list. So this is the double opt-in. So language is in English, and we can just tweak the setting of that, like the kind of messages that they see. So the subject line of the email that they'll be sent is confirm your subscription. Now you can change that to confirm your request for information. You can change it to response required. Please confirm your request for information. You can change it to first name, whatever their first name is. Of course, you'd have to collect their first name first to be able to do that. Susan, confirm your subscription. Confirm your subscription. That was first name, and then full name, confirm your subscription. Okay, so that would be the subject line that they see. And you can also request a custom subject line if you want. If you want something in particular, you can request it there and put what you'd like to. Hey, let's say we're going to personalize the first name. Hey Susan, just one more step. All right, so something like that. So let's say if you wanted to request that particular subject line, AWeber will get back to you and say, yes, that's approved, that's fine, you can use that subject line. And then the message of the email itself, this is what they're going to get. Please click the button below to confirm that you'd like to receive email. So you can change that, you can edit the contents. So you can put, hi, please, click the link below to confirm that you would like to hear from me and receive emails regularly. Something along those lines. All right, thank you. And then your company name would be there, and you can put your name as well. All right, you can put your name there. All right, you can preview it first. Right, so it says here you will need to upgrade to an AWeber Pro account in order to request that this setting is disabled. Confirmation message settings. Send a confirmation for subscriber import. Send confirmation for AWeber sign up forms. So you need to upgrade for that. AWeber strongly recommends leaving confirmed opt-in for deliverability reasons. I've got a separate video for deliverability and opt-ins, but you can still turn this feature off. Okay, so that's if you wanted to change a single opt-in, you can do that, but you need to upgrade to do that. And then the confirmation success page, you can have a custom success page, put the URL in there, or you can have the default success page. So that's once they've double opted in. So that's the message they're going to see. Thank you for signing up. You're on the list and we'll get emails from us soon. All right. But if you wanted to use a particular success page with your own wordings, you can do that. You design that and you put the URL in here. Then you save all the settings. Okay, so now we're going to create a campaign. We click on create a campaign. So AWeber gives you a selection of ways you can create your campaign. You can start from blank, create a blank campaign. You can import a campaign from outside. You can create a welcome series, a lead magnet series, a blogger series, or a mini course. So let's just have a quick look what some of these templates look like. So give your campaign a name. I'm going to call it Healthy Eats. Create. Okay, so we're going to start the campaign on subscribe. We can also use a trigger, for example, a tag to start the campaign, but I'm not going to do that in this video. So we just leave it as start the campaign on subscribe. So they've already filled in, they've already put in some preloaded messages for you and also the interval. So here is thanks for subscribing. Now if we click on this message, it will show us on this side what's contained inside the message. So if we want to edit it, we can go inside the message. Let's preview it. So they've made it quite easy by pre-populating this page already for us. So it says, hi, if you want to, you can put the name if you've also collected the names as you've been collecting the emails. You can put the name in here. It's got welcome, thanks for subscribing. You insert the name of your newsletter or the email list in here. Since you're a subscriber, I'll send you awesome content you can't get from Google search or anywhere else online. You'll receive insert email send cadence such as daily, weekly. So you'll receive weekly, monthly, bi-weekly emails with insert the type of content you'll send your subscribers, such as blog posts, best practices, videos, those kind of things. We started this business because insert the problem your business aims to solve for the audience. My mission is to help you, whatever it is, by sharing best practices, tips and tricks through my own experiences. To make sure you don't miss any emails from me or us, can you add me to your address book? Here are the directions. So that's really nice because it just sort of tells you the kind of information you should be putting in this particular email. So obviously you just fill it out with your name, your email list, and the appropriate details in here. Okay, so to start editing the message or putting in our own particular information, we just tap on the message. So we come in here. If you don't have a logo, you can just delete it here. If you have a logo, obviously you can just upload that. If you wanted to put anything like header, anything fancy into the email, you can do that. I prefer to always keep the email as simple as possible because this helps with better deliverability. Just write the email as though you were writing to a friend. Just keep it very basic. It's much better for deliverability, getting your email to actually get into the inbox of your subscribers. And I have a separate video for that, and I'll link to that in the description. So hi, any part of the email that you don't need, you just remove it. You can add an element. For example, if you wanted to put a headline, you just drag and drop it in here. We're not going to do that, so we can undo that. Any changes you've made that you want to unmake, just click on the undo button. You can also redo it if you change your mind. So we can add a headline there if we want to. I'm going to undo that. I'm not putting a headline. But let's say you wanted to put a headline. Okay, so we just write something like a warm welcome. All right, let's say that was your headline. All right, you can change the size of the text. So it's on 20 at the moment. We can make it 36. Okay, then if you want to, you can even change the fonts. If you don't like the font that it has at the moment, you can change it to any font you like. It's on default font at the moment. So if you have a particular font that you'd like to use for your brand, and it's always good to stick to the same font throughout. It's good for consistency and building trust. So if you wanted to choose a different font, you can do that. Okay, then we click on any section that we want to start editing. So if we want to now start editing here, welcome, thanks for subscribing to, you now put the name of your list in here. You go through the message and just change everything appropriately, put the right words. If you want to hyperlink to anything, I'll show you how to do that. So just highlight on what you'll be using as your hyperlink. Click on the hyperlink button. Then you put in the URL. We're going to try it out. Okay, so it's showing you the display text. I'm going to check it. Going to save. We want to preview and test. So we go down to where we're testing. Click on the hyperlink and make sure it goes to where we want it to go to. Now I wanted it to just go to this Canva page. It's actually the thumbnail of this video. Okay, so just check that the hyperlink goes to where you want it to go. So that was how to do the hyperlink and test the hyperlink. Then back to editor. And at the end, if you don't want this, you can delete it. You can put your name, you can put your title and position, or just leave it as your name. Don't be too formal. And when you finish doing that, you can save and exit. You can also preview before you exit. So that's that message done. Now, if you want to send the next message the next day, you'd wait for 1 day before the next message. So let's go into the next message and have a quick look. So we click on the message to edit it. Okay, so again, you just go through each message, remove what you don't want in there, change out anything you want to change. And this bit here where it says hi first name fixed, don't worry too much. If you did not collect the first names, that would be removed automatically. But if you did collect the first name, it's a nice personal touch to have that. It always sounds more personable. So at the end of my last email, I promised a surprise. Just read through this whole template. I think it's great how they give you these templates. It makes it a lot easier. You don't have to start, thinking of what to write in these emails. So you just put in the information, the appropriate information. Note, if you don't create your own content, share your favorite content created by another professional in your industry. Make sure to give them credit. So these are all ideas of the kind of information, helpful tips that you can be sending your subscribers. The more often you write to them, the more things you're going to have to be thinking of, coming up with to be sending them. So do keep that in mind. If you're only sending your email list, if you're only sending them emails, say once a week, then it's not as much information compared to somebody who's sending emails, say, every day, every other day. Personally, I think every day is a bit much, but some people do like to do that. But keep in mind that obviously you're going to have to come up with a lot more ideas and a lot more email content to send to your subscribers. So once you've made all your changes, and when you've done, save and exit, and that'll bring you back out into the list of emails. So that's your next. You wait a day. Like I said, if you want to wait 2 days before you send the next one, you do that. So just change everything, edit everything as you want it to be. So let's go into this one. Something else I forgot to show you. Okay, so once you're inside the message, these pages consist of rows. This is a row, this is another row, and this is a row. And anywhere you want to make alterations, you click on. You click on this row to make alterations on this row. So let's just click on there. I'm going to click on this. And if you wanted to drop any elements, so all these things on the left hand side, you can add a header. So the row that is highlighted, if we select any of these elements, that's the row that we can add that element into. So if we wanted to, for example, drop a header into here, let's say we did not want to use the logo, we'll delete that. Now let's say we want to add a header, we just tap on it and drag and drop it into here, and we just put let's chat. Okay, you can middle align it, left align it, right align it. So just play with all these different functions. There's a lot of facilities here. You've got line height. Okay, let's say we made it 1.5, so it's a little bit longer or higher. Okay, so we click on there, we can bold it, we can italize it, we can underline it. So when you're done with that, you just click out of the box. Now we're going to, so let's say if we wanted to add another paragraph, we'll just drag and drop it into whatever section we want to add that paragraph into. You can also put image. Okay, that will give you space to load an image. All right, and then edit to click. You can now upload an image from your computer or go to the image gallery inside AWeber. So this is very handy, and just select any image that you may want to put in there. Use images very sparingly. Okay, again, to aid with deliverability. So, you know, sometimes now and again you can break up the text with an image. That's fun, but don't overdo it. If you want to add a social icon in there, you can do that. If you're promoting a product, you can put that in there as well. Obviously, that's not a great place to put that. And if you want to be able to make sales, you would have to be connected to a payment method. Okay, so I'm going to delete that. Just have a quick look at some of the other elements that you can add to your email. You can add a signature at the end, and divide your email up, and have a share button, add another row, carousel, and feed. So don't forget to go through this template meticulously and edit it to your satisfaction. Don't forget also the subject lines. You don't have to use exactly the same subject lines. It's good if you add your own personal touch. Use these as a guidance so that, you know, everybody's not sending the same thing. Just use these as a guidance. So once you finish editing, you can now save and exit. So we come back out to our list of messages. You are very welcome to add extra messages to this sequence. So if you wanted to add another message or a few more messages after these or in between, just click on send a message or wait. So for example, just drag and drop that. So you sent your one message, then you're going to wait a day, then you're going to do another message, you're going to wait a day. And if you come to the bottom of the list, if you just tap on wait, it will just add it automatically to the bottom. Then you can send a message. So we just keep adding at the bottom, lengthening the sequence of your emails. And if you want to do it in between, you can just drag and drop wherever it is you want the message or the wait period to be. Now here, the send a message, there's nothing in there. So if you tap on it, you see here you're able to edit it from this side. So you tapped on this message, there's nothing in there just yet. So we can choose a message from the draft. You see, from the draft, if you'd created messages in the draft, you can just select that message from the draft or create a message for this particular message here. So we're going to use drag and drop, and then we go into the editor, write out your message. When you're done, save, exit, and it reminds you very nicely. I'd forgotten to put a subject line, so we've highlighted that message. We're going to insert our subject line. Okay, it's very helpful. So it says here missing subject line, so open now, for example. You can use emojis if you like emojis. Okay, so once we're done with our subject line and message, save and exit. That will bring us back out to our list of messages. So you just go through these messages, make sure everything is as it should be. Always preview each message before you actually make it active. You can preview that. All right, so I didn't write very much there, but it will show you how the message would look in the email. So do that for each one of your messages. Okay, so be meticulous. Obviously, you don't want to be sending, errors in your emails. Also, make sure that you test any links that are in the emails. Make sure they go to where they're supposed to go. So once we're done with that, we can save and exit. And at the end of any campaign, you can also apply a tag. So if you put somebody through a particular campaign, let's say you're doing a campaign on some sugar-free drink, for example. So once you've done with that, you can now put sugar-free campaign complete. All right, completed, just so that you know that you've already sent them that particular campaign. Then you can save and exit. So if there's an issue, there's something that hasn't been completed properly, it will prompt you. So here it's saying we found some issues. So go back into the emails and see what it is. Maybe it's a missing subject line. Have a look. Okay, here, what the issue here is, I've got an option here for sending a message. I've got a setting here to send a message, but I haven't actually put any message in this. So I need to remove it because I don't actually need that message there. Once they've completed this campaign, I don't need to have this here. So I remove it, then I can save and exit and see if it goes through. Yep, that was fine. So it will prompt you where there's something you haven't done right. So just go back in and check through and see what the issue is. All right, so that's our campaign that we used the template to make. All right, now if you wanted to, let's create another campaign. So we just used the welcome series with lots of guidance inside, telling us the kind of information that we should put in. There's one for lead magnet, which would do the same kind of thing. So we'd fill that out, and we'd use this if we were doing a lead magnet campaign, obviously. If we're doing a blogger series, we'd use this one. Mini course, we'd use that one. And if you wanted to just do your own thing, you will now use create a blank campaign. So if we selected that, and we're just going to put testing taster. Okay, so creative. Testing taster. Okay, so we're going to create this campaign, and we're going to start from scratch. So it says here, welcome to the campaign editor. So we're going to select a trigger to begin building the campaign. So when is this campaign going to be triggered? Is it when they've subscribed, or is it some other action has been fulfilled? So let's start with unsubscribe. So they subscribe to your list. Let's say maybe they've opted in for lead magnet. So you can click on subscribe. And now what I'm going to do here is to start filling out the list of the things that we want our campaign to do. So I can click on send a message. I can either click on it or drag and drop it, whichever one you want to do. All right. So I'm going to send a message next. Click on it twice. Then wait 1 day, or however many days you want to wait. And you just do this as many times as you need a message to be sent out. If your campaign is going to consist of 10 messages, then you're going to need to put 10 send message rows, obviously with intervals in between. So let me do some more. Okay, just for the sake of time, I'll leave it at this, and you leave the desired intervals in between. If you want to send every day, there's going to be 1 day. If you're sending twice a week, then it will be 3 or 4 days intervals. So that's down to how frequently you want to be sending out your emails. So if we highlight whichever one we highlight, it will allow us to start working on. So I've highlighted this send message. You can, like I said before, you can choose a message, and that you can select that from the drafts, or you can start to create a message from scratch in the editor. And this is how we'll do it. All right, so the drag and drop, it gives you a little starter. Hi, thanks for being a loyal email subscriber. We appreciate hearing from you. Let us know if you ever have any questions. So if that's not the kind of thing you want to write, you have your own thing you want to write in there, just delete that. So let's just say they've just joined your email list. Hi, such and such. Thanks for signing up. When you finished, put your name, put your company if you want to, or just your name. When this message is done, you can put save and exit. Don't forget, like me, to put your subject line. Okay, so when you're done, like I showed you before, you can change the size of your fonts. Okay, so that's your first message. Then you go onto your second message, click on that, go down to the next message, and you just keep doing that until you've filled out the whole sequence in this campaign. All your messages have now been written into each send message slot. And also check that the intervals are as you want them to be. Preview, highlight on this message, you can preview it. Highlight on this message, you can preview it, and do that thoroughly for each message. Check everything and make sure the links, like I said before, make sure all the if you have hyperlinks, don't overdo the hyperlinks, by the way. Make sure that any hyperlinks work well. All right, send a preview test message to yourself and actually click on each link and make sure that everything goes where it's supposed to go. It's very embarrassing if it doesn't go to the right place. Doesn't look good at all. So check everything. You need to be really meticulous, and it's only the once you do it, you set it up, and then it's being sent to how many people. You don't have to do it again for however long. All right, so you can save and exit once everything is as it should be. And then when you come out, so it's still in draft phase. When you want it to become active, you just put activate campaign. Okay, so it's now active. Here you need to be in the messages to be able to start editing the messages. All right, so when you're in the campaign stats, it will show you the number or the percentage open rates you're getting, percentage clicks, all those things. So if you have links inside your emails or anything that is clickable, that's links, you can track the percentage of links clicked. Okay, so that's when you're in the campaign stats. Now moving to messages, that will now allow you to highlight, that will now allow you to go into each message and edit. So you can send a test, you can copy to drafts. I always like to copy to drafts just in case you lose that message by accident. So then you have a backup, or you can keep a copy in your notepad. And you can also check the spam score. And what this does is tells you how likely that particular email, if it's too salesy, for example, or it's just got very spammy formatting, you know, you're using sorts of words and formats that are likely to fall into the spam filter, that will tell you. So anything below 5, I think it is, this is good to send. It will tell you. If it's above the recommended score, I think it's 5, it'll tell us somewhere. Anyway, it will let you know if it goes into this area. It will tell you. So there it is, total 0 total. Any score below 5 is okay to send. So if it's not good, then you go back into the email. There's something you're doing, maybe the words or the formatting, maybe, I don't know, images. Haven't really had much of an issue with that, the spam formatting. But you can go back into your emails and just tweak things until you get a good spam score, because obviously you want to help your emails to get into the inboxes, inside your subscribers' inboxes. So you need to have a good spam score for each email. So that's that, and then go back. So that was that for the campaigns. Okay, and if you wanted to do a broadcast, there's the general broadcast where you can maybe, let's say you wanted to highlight a promotion, something amazing coming up soon. So you just wanted to do a flash email. It's not necessarily set inside your campaign series. So maybe just something came up, you just had a great idea, you just wanted to tell your subscribers about it, so you can just send a broadcast. So that's the general broadcast. So that's the one-off emails. So back into the blog broadcast. So blog broadcasts, transform your blog into a newsletter. Blog broadcasts are one of the easiest ways to continually engage your audience. Your latest posts will be automatically pulled into an email newsletter that's sent at your chosen time. It's that simple. So I haven't used this particular one before. So this involves an RSS feed. I'll do a separate video on this because I haven't actually looked into this one much. I haven't used it just yet. Tags, add tags to your subscribers. So tags are labels that can represent interests or traits of your subscribers. When paired with automations, tags can be actions taken by your subscribers. Start adding tags on the subscribers page through a sign up form or in a campaign. So if they take certain actions, for example, they clicked on a particular link, you can add a tag to them. But don't worry too much at the beginning because, there's quite a lot of technical stuff. You can read through these, but at the very beginning, what you need to just get a grasp of is being able to, just set up your messages, particularly using the drafts, setting up your campaigns. That's your email sequence. That's the most important things. Your sign up forms, your landing pages, that's the most important things. And also your list settings, like I showed you previously. Then the tags, don't get bogged down too much at the beginning. Let's have a look at custom fields. Okay, so if you wanted to add more fields for like the information that you require on your sign up forms, collect additional information from your subscribers through sign up forms. So if you wanted to add these, like a phone number, address, it's quite unusual really, but you can do that. You can add this. It really depends on the field, your niche or area you're working in. You can add more fields here. All right, then you save the fields. Then list automations. Let's have a look at that. So list automations, set up and manage automations for this list. Subscriber automations. If you use multiple lists in your AWeber account, you can automatically move people between them by setting list automation rules. For example, you could automatically move someone from a prospect to a customer list when they make a purchase. Okay, so that's more techy. So don't get bogged down too much at the beginning. All these things you will pick up more as you use it. Some of them you will not need to use. Main things are, you know how to set up your messages. You know how to use drafts. You can use broadcasts. Split testing you can do a bit later on. You know how to set up the campaigns most importantly. That's your email sequence. Blog broadcast if you want to use that. Subscribers. There's not much to do there. That's just looking at your list of subscribers, your subscriber numbers. You know how to use a sign up form. Maybe you want to use one on on a website. Landing pages, that's a very good one to know how to use. Again, see the link in my description for the landing pages video. So that's the main ones, and also list options. These are the main things you need to grasp at the beginning. Don't get bogged down with some of these very techy stuff which you can learn later on. Start with the basics and the things that are essential, the messages, landing pages, because you can use the landing pages if you're promoting. Send someone to the landing page before sending them to a sales page. So that's the main important things. Okay, so I think I'll leave it there for this video. All right, so just basically this video just to get you started, know how to use the basic and essential functions and just get going. So I hope you found that useful. Just get in there and start playing around. That's really the best way. Open your accounts if you don't have one. If you have one, just get in there, familiarize yourself. Just just click around, and there's an amazing knowledge base in AWeber. So read, click around, familiarize yourself, and that's the way you're really going to get better. Okay, so I'll leave it there for now, and I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please do give this video a thumbs up. Do hit the notification bell, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.